he's made a very poor career choice.
When the teasers and trailer were dropped for FNaF 2, the hype was legit. New animatronics alongside the old ones, no visible doors, more story. This was going to be epic. And it was. FNaF 2 was a hit, more than the first in some ways. But that was in 2014. Ugh, I feel old. Question is, does it still hold up after all the innovations that FNaF has gone through? Is it still scary? And what about the gameplay? And does the second entry perhaps have something that has been long missed in FNaF's formula? Let's get into it, but if you enjoy these types of analyses, please consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. So what changed in the sequel, prequel, shut up. Pretty much everything. The only thing that didn't change were the baseline mechanics of the camera, you can't move, and you gotta survive till 6. Of course, you all probably know about the changes, so I'm not gonna linger on that too much, but what's important is how 2 improved on 1 specifically. And that is everything. It improved on every front, but a little bit less on the scares. They're too easily forewarned. I mean, we got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Mangle, Balloon Boy, Golden Freddy, kind of, and Puppet. All of them give you some kind of warning that they are about to kill you. So, just like the first game, once you get used to the mechanics, the only real one who can get you is Foxy. But even then, he's not really scary, he's just jumpy, which I think is a very important difference to make. He's the only one who actually surprises you when you get good at the game, but even that isn't too frequent. Shout out to all the animatronics that look really creepy though, like Toy Chica without the beak, or the Puppet. Although it may not be scary nowadays, if you're thinking back to a first playthrough, whoa, things were different. More than double the enemies, all of which have their own quirks. You find new enemies all the way to night 6, that is cool. It always kept you on your toes, and the custom night was far more replayable, giving you a plushie for every preset you beat. Of course, I have all of them. As well as customizing all their levels. So as far as gameplay and scares go, FNaF 2 is an objective improvement, easily. But there's one thing about horror games that goes undiscussed sometimes. The tone of any given game. The tone is what creators want you to feel, not to be confused with the theme, which is what they want you to think about. What was the tone of the first 5 Nights at Freddy's? Nostalgia? Familiarity? Betrayal of the nostalgia? Fear of the unknown? It could be all of them, but the tone of FNaF is still relatable. Scott digs this tone into your head with the backstory explained by the phone guy. He uses childlike music in terrifying situations. I think the trailer of the game says it best. During the day, it's a place of joy, a place of nostalgic fun. But you aren't here during the day. You have the night watch. Nostalgia that betrays you and is replaced with horror. The fact that the place looks so real is what makes it so much scarier. I think that's what I'd say FNaF's tone is like. This carried over into 2 flawlessly, and in some ways it's almost better. I mean, look at this place, it's realistic. Nothing is too colorful or too arcadey, it's just enough to still invoke that feeling of nostalgia, while still looking like this place had a better budget than the first. I actually think Scott was smart to move away from the tone a little bit, while not completely abandoning it, as that would have came off as trying to repeat success a little bit too hard. The tone of 2 stayed the same, possibly improved, while being an objective upgrade for the gameplay and scares, even if just a little bit. Now just glancing at Security Breach, you can see the difference. We don't have things this advanced in real life. This stuff isn't this shiny, overly colorful. The animatronics, while they still do what they do best, are way too advanced, even for this series. At least the Funtime animatronics in Sister Location were children in robot bodies. That explains their behavior a little bit. I actually defend some of these changes for story purposes, but you can't deny that they failed to recreate the tone. That tone of nostalgic betrayal. They took the element of nostalgia and overdid it to the point where it's not even recognizable beyond anything franchise specific. This is not a place for kids, it's 5 Nights at Freddy's. Does that make sense? Probably not, but do you get what I mean? When you look at FNaF 2, the arguments on the internet start to make way more sense. People maybe just want that nostalgia back. This new stuff might be too unrealistic for them. With that said, I must ask that you people calm down. It's just a game, and Security Breach does do things right regardless of how you feel about it. And I will defend these games from unreasonable criticism until an actually terrible FNaF game does come out. This is the secret that FNaF 2 has been hiding from it. It explains exactly why some of the other games just don't tonally feel the same as the old ones that we fell in love with. That is going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy horror analyses like this one. Come chill out on stream, and I will see you later. Yeet.